Welcome to Serving Locally with me, your host, Michelle Dinas, the podcast where we spotlight service in the Longmont and surrounding communities. All right, let's connect. Hi, welcome to today's episode of Serving Locally. I am here with Adam from the Wildlands Restoration Volunteers Program, and we'll just start with who are you and what is Wildlands Restoration Volunteers in just a quick overview.
So my name's Adam Fedeski. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator with Wildlands Restoration Volunteers. I've worked there for 4.5 years. And we are a nonprofit that's focused on getting groups of volunteers together to heal the land and build community around that.
That's fantastic. Give us a little background about your organization.
Sure. So we started in 1999 doing a project in hygiene, I think, the Pella Pond crossing. And since that have grown to doing about 200 projects a year. So this is our 26th season. We are very, volunteer driven. From the beginning, volunteers have been integral to everything we've done. Even now, every project will have all volunteers and one staff member just to make sure that things show up and that everyone gets to the same place. And so we are, really have volunteers from all backgrounds and ages, just trying to do something tangible to give back to the environment.
What is your focus at Wildlands Restoration Volunteers?
Our focus is that kind of tagline that we use, healing the land and building community. And that really is a two-part mission that we find to be like equally important because if we do not have people enjoying and feeling comfortable with hanging out and, volunteering their time, they're less likely to want to come back for that. And so we very much feel like the more that we can build up community, whether that's, somebody wants to come out once a year with us, or we have some people who are joining us like every weekend for projects, creating that space to make it so that we can do more of the ecological restoration work. Like I said, we're at this point about 200 projects a year. And that would not be possible if we did not have some people who were, coming out on like dozens of projects every year, combined with, like you said, the people who will come out maybe once a year or every couple years.
Very cool. So who are you trying to reach?
Everyone. I think we really want to reach anybody who has any sort of connection to the natural world, which hopefully is everyone. And if they do not have that, we want to help facilitate that. And so there is, really a wide variety of projects. And so sometimes I'll tell people about our organization, will be like, oh, I can't do the hard manual labor. I was like, can you walk through a field and collect seeds? Because that's also a thing that we do.
Okay.
And so we have people like every decade of life from youth under 10 up through people into their 80s on projects. And it really, we try to make it very clear the difficulty level of a project and what we're going to be doing so that we're not surprising anyone. And at the same time, we want it to be approachable for anybody. And so if they've never picked up one of the tools that we're going to have out on the project. We cover everything that is needed to be known as far as safety and and how to use them. We're just trying to like reduce as many of the barriers, because it can be intimidating if you just see like a picture or video of like 20 people like digging a trail. Like that's more than I could handle.
Right.
And so I think we really want to, part of my goal and my role is to help find people something that they're interested in. And if that's with us, great. If it's not, like, I just want people to be connected into their community.
What are some of the projects that you have? You said collecting seeds, digging trails. What other things do you guys do?
Yeah, so we have several program areas that our projects are categorized into. So we focus on habitat restoration, river restoration, which could be both like after a flood, but also we're doing a lot of these like beaver dam or beaver mimicry structures in more remote areas, trying to help recreate beaver habitats so that these animals that help out with water retention can hopefully reduce like the wildfire risk that these wooded areas are facing. And we do a lot of post-fire restoration, also fire mitigation work. So we'll have chainsaw sawyer crews. They're all certified ahead of time, but going out and helping to thin the forest some so that it's not just like a matchbox waiting for whatever might start it. We have a youth and families program that actually was our biggest one this past year. We have projects really from Longmont down to we've been working with Adams County open space.
That was my next question, was where
Yeah.
what are your key places?
Yeah. And so, our youth and family program, we've been starting to work with folks in Commerce City and recognizing like there is really not good air quality there. And so trying to help with getting trees planted there. And I think that sometimes when people hear wildlands, they're like, ooh, that's going to be somewhere where I don't have cell service. And we are really trying to still have that, but also recognizing like wild areas exist all around us. And especially if people don't have, transportation or are not comfortable going out into the woods where they don't have cell service, like we have projects that are trying to, people connected in their community. We do so many projects. Anytime somebody's like, what do you do?
Yeah.
I often find that challenging to succinctly answer.
Right. No, that's great. Anything from fire mitigation to collecting seeds. That's great. What makes the work of wildlands restoration volunteers different than other similar serving organizations?
So we really try to, like I said, not only make it approachable for people who maybe haven't done this work before, but also want to have continual growth opportunities for anyone who is interested in the field. So we both make every project approachable if it's your first time, and we have like volunteer leader trainings so that people can train to become a crew leader or a technical advisor or a cook for our overnight projects. And we are really just, I think, trying to help engage people regardless of their experience, age, background, and really just trying to, build the community as comprehensively as we can, because like I said, we recognize there's a lot of open spaces and lands in Colorado, and the more people that we have involved in that work, the more that we can help.
Great. What are your greatest needs? I can name them, I'm sure.
What do you think?
Everybody's greatest needs are volunteers, funding, and exposure.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
What are your greatest needs?
I guess to go into that a little bit more, I think for volunteers, every year we always, like I said, with all of these projects that we do, sometimes people will look at our calendar and say, oh, well, these ones are full, so you must not need anybody. I'm like, no, 200 projects, we need help. And so sometimes it is that the, ones that are in Longmont might fill up, but maybe the ones that are going to be like 45 minutes west, or even like something in Button Rock, which is in Lyons, still overseen by the city of Longmont, but we might have a harder time filling that one just because, it's going to take a little bit, like not much more time to get there. But also inevitably every year like I said, we do camping projects. So there'll be a full weekend, and I think we always have a need for help on those. And I think also I recognize that could be intimidating to be like, I'm going to go camping with a bunch of strangers.
Don't you camp with a bunch of strangers? Anyways.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, really any campground or
I was a campground host, so I'm like, they're all strangers every night.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I think like we have so many half day and single day projects that I would encourage people to do one of those first. And I also appreciate the people who are like, nope, I want to jump in and I want an excuse to go camping this weekend. And you already planned that. So
that's awesome.
So I think really, volunteers kind of throughout the year. We also will see with our community, obviously, like, we don't have as much we can do during the winter months outdoors. And so those projects really April into June will fill up just with people who have been doing projects in past years because they're so excited. They want to get out on all of the things. And then by the time we get to the fall, people's schedules have changed from the spring when they were trying to plan that. And oftentimes we're needing to do, additional recruitment pushes for our fall projects, especially ones that get added later on, like seed collections that are scheduled based on when the seeds are going to be ready.
Right.
And so, I think that's it. That's a more extensive answer to the volunteering. And I think funding and connections to the community. We, as a nonprofit, will have a wide variety of like individual donors, community family foundations. We will partner up with agencies to write grants, or we'll have agencies basically like contract us to help get like whatever 20, 30 people together to do something in a day that would take their team maybe a month or more. And I think there is always an ongoing need in any nonprofit. I greatly envy ones that can say that they're like financially stable and secure.
I have done almost 50 of these or more, and that's not the case. No. So where are those ones?
So I think it is, I think we recognize that people are a lot more interested in potentially like being a donor engaged in that level if they have actually been involved with the work and can see kind of the group of people coming together, the tangible difference that can be made in a day with a group of people. And I think, like you said, to the exposure, I think that's a thing we're always working on. We don't have like a dedicated marketing person. So that's part of my job. And I'll run the social media, but it's not.
It's hard. It's hard to do. Juggle all the things.
Exactly.
I know. It's just me.
Yeah.
So I know I have my crew here, my kids, but it is. It's a hard thing to do.
Yeah. So I think it's always trying to figure out like what effort is going to result in that greatest exposure. And I think going to the Unity and the community event was a great example. Yep. I went to that last year and was like, okay, well, I guess we need to go to this every year because it seems like every other person who lives in Longmont is here.
Yes. That's one of the biggest places that we can connect. So that's absolutely a great place to go.
Yeah. Do you have any other suggestions for local exposure?
This podcast.
Excellent.
Yep, we're trying with this podcast for sure. That's my heart, is to get people connected and be a hub of, hey, I want to do something, and figuring out, is it with wildland stuff, or is it with kids, or is it with veterans, or whatever, and just trying to connect people, whether with their time or their funding, or just, oh yeah, I know somebody that could use that service.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's my heart too. So I feel you on that one. Do you have any events coming up or volunteer opportunities for your volunteers program?
Yes. So we pretty much, our project season will run March or April into November. And during that time, almost every weekend, we have at least one, if not multiple projects happening. And then we have projects on weekdays as well. We have like some things we'll do at our office. We'll call them our base camp projects. And so we have native landscaping that we'll do every other week there. We do once a month. We'll get together with volunteers over the course of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to prep food for all of the overnights for the coming month. And so we have a full working kitchen, and I have a colleague who's been a trained chef. And so it's really, he loves it because he's only getting into that mode like 3 days out of the month instead of every single day.
Stressful 80 hours a day. Yeah.
Yeah, right. And it's like 4 hours out of that day. So much more sustainable pace. But yeah, I mentioned that in part, like if people are local and wanting some way to kind of like see if like our community is a good fit for, what they're interested in doing and who they're working with. We have those kind of more local, shorter term projects, but at the same time, like we'll, like I said, do camping projects. So every year, usually those start late May, early June into, I think our last one's the first weekend in October up at Brainerd Lake. And every year, like there's a lot happening. And especially on the weekends where we have like 3 or 4 projects happening simultaneously, like I think, in a couple of weeks we have one project that has almost 60 people on it, but then we have 3 other ones aside from that happening. And so even though they're not as large, like we need people, kind of throughout the year. And I think really anytime that somebody watches this, there is likely
something going on,
something happening. Yeah.
Awesome. How can people contact and find out more about wildland restoration volunteers? It'll be on my QR code. I'm going to put it in the show notes and when I post it and everything. But go ahead and just, if people are listening on Spotify, just how can people contact and find out more about you?
Yeah, so our website is our initials, wrv.org. At that place, we have a link to all of our projects. And then on our main page, we also have a lot of info about the organization. Goes deeper into the history than I covered on this podcast. And we have photos from like every project that we do as well on a Flickr page. And so if people are like, what does this look like? Like usually we have, sometimes it's only a couple photos. Sometimes there's like 100 photos if we have a designated photographer on a project. But it can give you really like the kind of visual or teaser of what it will look like before you're actually signing up. I, as the community outreach coordinator, I said, like, I love talking to people and figuring out what they're passionate about and how I might connect them with something that we do. And so I think in general, our website, we also have a general email address, info@wrv.org. And that is kind of tag teamed by a few of our staff so that there's people responding at least every weekday, if not over the weekend as well. And that's like a good spot to just send any general inquiry. We want to talk to anybody who's curious about getting outdoors and getting together with a group of people to feel like you can make a difference in a day.
Do you guys have a Facebook?
We
Instagram?
do. Yes. Yeah. I should promote that better as someone who runs the social media.
That's why I'm here.
Thank you. Yes, we do have a Facebook and Instagram pages. We have a YouTube page that I don't keep updated as much. We've been trying to focus on really building a more consistent content on Facebook and Instagram. So like we just put up a reel that was like, why might you want to volunteer with WRV, and trying to like make more videos that are not just highlighting some of the work being done, but helping to remove kind of the, I don't know, intimidation feeling of like, I'm signing up for a full day project. What am I getting myself into?
Right. Awesome. Is there anything you'd like to add? Maybe some stories that you have. I know stories speak a lot about an organization and stick with people to relate and connect better. Or is there just anything that maybe we skipped over? They were like, oh, I really would like to talk more about this.
Yeah. I think I've had so many experiences over the span of 4 years. I think there are people who oftentimes will very vividly remember whatever their first project is. And my first overnight project I went on was in North Park near Walden, and we were doing wet meadow restoration structures. And the end of the first day, like there was clouds moving in. I was thinking, this doesn't look great. And then it just started hailing on everyone, and we were probably like half to 3/4 of a mile away from base camp, where at that point then we had a couple canopies that people could huddle under.
Right.
But I remembered while that was happening thinking, why would anybody want to come back and do this again? And being back at camp with everybody was like this shared bonding through adversity that like, it's almost like if you get bad weather or some sort of unexpected situation, it seems like people have a more memorable experience with it and are bonding more with the people who are on the project. And so I think it can be real easy, especially with Colorado weather, to be like, maybe this isn't going to be a great day to be out there.
Just wait 5 minutes. It'll be fine.
Exactly. So yeah, we really do try to be aware of like our goal is being safe, obviously first and foremost, and people having fun. And then through that, we're able to accomplish work, whether that's helping out to restore from a natural disaster or helping out with kind of jumpstarting whatever nature's process if there's been human impacts in an area that is valuable to that natural area. Yeah, I'll go with that.
That's fantastic. No, well, that's a good one. That's a good one. I was going to ask too. I was going to be like, why is this work important to you?
Yeah. So I grew up in Illinois in like what would be called the greater Chicagoland area. And it was an area where every suburb was very similar to one another, and they were fairly flat, all like I didn't have really much of a connection to nature growing up there. And
Called the concrete jungle.
Yeah, exactly. And so, you had like the street trees, but I didn't really, I don't know, have any sort of like personal connection. I never hugged a tree as a kid.
Now you do?
Occasionally. But I think what got me into all of this was going to college in Southern Illinois University. It was right next to the Shawnee National Forest, and I started getting involved with going and doing trail projects out there. as part of being in the geography club. And so this was just my like, oh, this seems like a fun way to spend a weekend. And I continued, I think just like volunteering because it felt like a good tangible thing that I could do. And then I got to, after college, realizing, oh, I can actually like work in this space also, not just be volunteering in it. And so, coming to WRV was like this full circle moment of kind of my, I guess, career meandering. I was going to say career arc, but I've been involved a lot in environmental education and working with nonprofit organizations. And WRV just kind of combined the getting to connect with people and also getting to go out in the field and do these projects with people, getting to go out and plant trees or, all team up against this like noxious weed that is taking over an area.
That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
There's a meat eater trivia there. Like Colorado has a specific word, whatever, blah, 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 and it's noxious. That's what it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. So I think in all of my work experiences prior to this, I was getting little bits that I really connected with and enjoyed. And once I came to Wildlands Restoration Volunteers, I was like, oh, there's been so many things that I feel like I've been at places hoping they could figure out or work towards. And just like the volunteer leadership that helps direct so much of how every project runs, and really just people's investment at whatever level they want to be involved has kept me around. And I think I started off as a seasonal employee in my first year and remember saying, I don't want to do seasonal jobs anymore. I'm like, I've been out of college for more than a decade. It's time for me to like have something more.
Be an adult.
Yeah. And so I'm really grateful that I was able to stay on. We got a lot of funding for all of the fires that happened in 2020 to do a lot of post-fire recovery work. And so that kind of led to me staying on through in between the first two seasons. And then, it's just become my family and community. And I look forward to every Wednesday. Our whole team will get together in the office. There's so often we're have people out in the field or out on a site visit. Doing the projects or preparing for the projects. And so, I genuinely enjoy, getting together with my colleagues, and I try to plan little to nothing on Wednesdays so that I can just interact with people and kind of catch up. And it's always a bonus when I get to do a project or have volunteers coming into the office too. It's like, I look forward to seeing anyone and everyone that I work with, staff and volunteers.
It sounds like the perfect marriage between connecting with community, but also with nature, which I think is very important. So to feed both of those needs in our lives, I think is very special and unique. That's wonderful. Thank you for what you guys do. Then the last question is, what does service mean to you, Adam?
Service means, that's a good question. I'm going to take a second on it so that I'm so good at like just launching into an answer without thinking about what I'm saying.
This one catches people.
Yeah.
It does. It takes you a minute. Just what does it actually mean?
Yeah. Service to me means, being of service to others and causes that you care about. And so service, I always used to talk about this when I worked with high school students, the difference between a volunteer project and service learning is like volunteer project, you would sign up for something, you'd maybe go dig holes or serve food or
pick up trash.
Pick up trash. And that's more of a like volunteer project. And the service learning component really comes in when you are getting a chance to, I guess, have a better understanding of why you're doing what you're doing. And so you're not just like clocking in and out for the couple hours shift, but the service means like you are connected to why you're doing what you're doing. And the people and in our case, like the animals and natural world that is being able to benefit from people caring. So I think, service is really going beyond just volunteering. It's really starting to, whether it is a chance to be working in community with others, and developing kind of a deeper connection to, causes that matter to you. I do think of it as, kind of beyond just like, oh, I got a couple hours I need to complete for graduating this grade, that it is really a deeper connection.
That's great. I love that. I've never heard that before, but I absolutely love that. There's a difference between just clicking off the hours and actually learning something, maybe about you, maybe about something else that's out of your scope of your point of view or whatever. That's fantastic. Well, thank you, Adam, so much for coming on the show, and thank you so much for all that you do. I think that that's amazing, and I'd love to do all of this stuff, but I don't have a day of the week I could dedicate to all the organizations. I really wish I could.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic that there is so much opportunity out there for people to connect with community, with each other, and then with nature. I think that's fantastic. So thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for having me on. And one of the things I forgot to mention before is you were saying like, oh, I might not have this regular time. Most of our, like everything we do is kind of one-off projects. And so I always encourage people, I'm like, go try something out someday. I'm not going to try and like hound you to be like, oh, you got to be there every Saturday.
Right.
Because we know that when we give people kind of that, flexibility to, be engaged at whatever level they want to be, then they're more likely to continue being engaged.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a good note. Yeah. Come and do it once a year.
Yeah.
Something. Got 200 things you can try.
Right. We have options.
That's fantastic. Okay. Thank you so much, Adam.
Yeah. Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you to my guests, my listeners, and my supporters. Serving together, we can strengthen our community. Please like and subscribe. Do all those other things. You know you got to do them. Because that's the easiest way that you can serve right now. All right, now go, connect with others, and be a blessing.